We are the Jim and the Terry of the Jim and Terry Show. I am the Terry.
And I am Jim.
And we haven't been replaced by AI, although I'm sure by the end, we've been doing this for 8 years now, my friend. 8 years, and our listening audience of ones and twos is a reminder that we have no future in podcasting.
No, not at all. But that's okay. We don't do it for that. We do it to inform those ones and twos. No, we don't even do it for that.
No, we don't.
No, we do it for...
We do it for you and I.
Actually, I do it for breakfast. I do it for breakfast.
You do it for breakfast. I do it because I don't even know why I'm doing it, except there must be a reason. I enjoy the fellowship.
Well, the fellowship is always a good thing for absolute. We always did talk a lot. I mean, look how much we talk when some of our best shows
are never recorded.
We get talking about stuff. Sometimes it might be a little bit more personal. I don't know why, but
I'm thinking it would be okay to run some of that personal stuff and just record it because we are people. We have personal histories, experiences.
You know what I'd do if we were celebrities, Terry? I would do that. I'd actually have our producer record everything we do offline and then maybe have a secondary show saying, off the table or something, call it. Yeah.
And I've seen that approach. Have you been watching it on social media where they take a clip out of a longer podcast and make it into a short, YouTube short or something, or Instagram?
But our off the mic is longer than our on the mic, so
that's a funny thing to say.
Off the mic.
Off mic.
Off mic. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I wanted to talk more about AI, and the reason I wanted to talk about that is because the United States is bringing in, I think through the military, a way in which you have to register before you go into the United States.
Is this for Canada or is this for any international visitor?
There's 40 plus nations that are going to have to do this, and I don't know if Canada is one of them.
Are we now an S-hole nation?
I don't think so, not yet, but maybe. But the idea is their algorithm, or whatever you want to call it, AI, they're going to insist on being able to look at your social media 5 years back.
Wow.
So me, for instance, they wouldn't let me in the country because I don't like Trump, and I've made that very, very clear. I don't like the guy. So he's the main reason that you can only come into the country if you're going to bow down and kiss his proverbial ring. So I'm one that I think would be excluded from ever being able to go to the United States. I would be concerned even at this moment because they could throw me in jail or like, why are you here?
This sounds like an experiment, Jim. You need to go to the border now. Isn't that something, is it The Boss who does a song about the border?
I don't know.
No? I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I think you need to do a social experiment where you drive to Fort Erie or wherever you're going to do your border crossing, some place where maybe somebody goes with you just in case you need a ride home. They impound your vehicle or something and do the test. When was this going to take place? This is enacted now?
I think they're just bringing it in. I don't know, but they want to do it. There's 40 nations, and I didn't stick around for all of them. I think some of them were like Australia and Israel, so why not Canada when it comes to that? And it's a part of their isolationism, and I think it's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard because now out of your paranoia, you're going to stop millions and billions of dollars from coming into your country through tourism. So this guy seems to be destroying everything. He's given $12.5 billion to the farmers after he ruined their whole friggin' business. He ruined it. Now he wants to be a hero for trying to bail them out.
$12 billion will not bail them out.
No. It's like I heard he wants to give $80 a month for health care to the people of America. $80 a month.
Wow, I'm impressed.
My friend went down there and she was in the hospital for 4 days. Beautiful hospital. In the hospital for 4 days. Didn't even have a procedure, and it was $67,000 was the bill.
And she was covered by her Canadian...
She was covered by insurance, yes.
Unbelievable.
And then also had to pay $2,500 before she could get back on a plane because she had to purchase an oxygen machine.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the tales of woe continue. But this is a law that is being passed, or is this an executive order? There's two different ways that Trump is getting his way. I'm not quite sure, to be truthful.
We should have probably looked it up before we started. My point being, in that paranoia, there was a time in America in the free world where you could speak your mind. You could say, I don't like your president, and nobody would give it a second thought. You'd still be able to go in and hang out there. I mean, I don't much speak politics ever when I was down there anyways. But now, if I'm going to be stopped at the border, am I really going to plan a vacation, spend the money,
Looking over your shoulder?
and then get to the border and think that's all now lost? Because then I'm going to have special. Everybody in Canada is going to have to take travel insurance, and is that going to be part of it?
Yeah, cancellation in case you get stuck
At the border
and you can't get in.
So why not just go to Mexico where there's no problem?
Other places in the world where you are welcome.
And it's the other thing as well, because Trump in the way in which he presents things, we've already seen some Americans be interviewed. Why on earth would Trump be going after a wasteland like Canada? A wasteland? A wasteland? Are you kidding me? You know nothing about our country. Yeah, so, you know, we don't want to be taking insults all the time or always having to defend the great nation of Canada. Like to our American friends, and God bless you, you got to understand this. What did you call it?
American exceptionalism.
Yeah, American exception.
You think you're better than everybody else?
Yeah, that doesn't come across very good into the rest of the world. Canadian, you got to understand. I think my country's better than your country, and I'm not the only one that thinks that about their country. There's countries like Switzerland, Australia, and other countries that think they're better than your country. And I know that's offensive to you, and it's wonderful that you think your country's so great. And it is great. But my country's great. We have better stuff than your country. So when you become a person that thinks that, you know, everybody wants what you've got, it becomes a little bit of annoyance.
Do we know who the 40 countries are on that list that you were describing?
No, I'm sure we could look it up and find out.
That's just curiosity.
But see, the problem with that, Terry, as well is because the United States is doing this, other countries are going to adopt it too. So all of a sudden, it's just going to mess up everybody's
No way,
life.
because this is sounding like the Big Brother AI
Well,
state.
it's been ushered in by the Trump regime.
That's been, your photo ID at the airport where they can see who's coming in, who's going. I understood that at the border between Canada and the United States, that Canadians going into the United States were going to be fingerprinted.
Well, I think it's really soon going to happen. If not, it's already. So now you're going to have to be fingerprinted. So it means they have a permanent record of you that way, which they do digitally anyways. But now that, and then looking through your phone for 5 years back to see what you're talking about, that's a real evasion of privacy, in my opinion. And what else are they going to find? And then are they going to use that stuff? And who else has access to that stuff? And for some people, not me, thank God, but they might have some stuff on there that's really compromising to who they really are. In other words, maybe they're into pornography or all kinds of stuff like that. So what are you going to do? You're not going to go. You're going to say to your family, I don't want to go there. You're not going to spend that money. Yeah. I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on a vacation only to worry about being stopped at the border, because is that all lost?
Well, you used the word at the beginning, isolationism, which goes back to the 1930s in America, which is the rise of the right and the KKK and fascism. I'm wondering if the United States is, when they said make America great again, they meant make America fascist again, which is going back, as I said, to the 1930s. There were a lot of Americans, and I'm not sure that I've got this accurate, but we can fact check that. Walt Disney and Joseph Kennedy were two supporters of Nazi Germany.
Well, and you know what? Here we are again. And how did that work? It didn't work out very good. And also the tariff policy back then pushed them into a depression.
Yes.
So here we are again, which I think is really quite possible. Trump's plans will push them into a depression.
Do you know the thing that took America, the world, because Canada was wrapped up in this too, that took us out of the Great Depression of the 1929 to 1939? What happened in 1939?
The Prohibition?
No, the global war. World War II.
Oh, World War. Yeah,
that's the only thing.
But you see, that's my concern with Trump too, because he just took over a Venezuelan oil tanker. What else is he going to do to draw attention away from the Epstein
Talk about
files?
piracy on the high seas,
It's
and it's
pirates.
coming from America.
Yeah.
All right, Jim and Terry
Are they going
Show.
to attack Canada?
Oh, I hope we don't have oil tankers, do we?
No, but I mean, take our land.
Take our land. Take our water.
Yeah.
Jim and Terry Show. More to come. Bye-bye.